Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael Berger, Mark Novak. This episode is going to be talking about turning a conference into reality, turning it into dollars. Stay tuned. Boom. Good morning. Episode 467, turning a conference into reality, especially when you get back into work. I'm sure we can all relate to going to a conference, hearing some amazing speakers, hearing some amazing concepts, ideas, and your mind blows with ideas. You want to install everything. You want to do it all. You just want to do it all. Then you get back to your desk and nothing happens. So on this episode, myself and Mark, we're going to be talking about the best ways to sort of help pick a couple things to do from the conference and turn it into action. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a bit like a diet, isn't it?
It is. You hear about a lot of diets and you're like, let's do it all, but you can't. You can't do a vegan diet and an all meat diet or calorie count and not calorie count. Like you've just got to pick something, don't you?
Yeah, I think the big thing is it's got to be fun what you're choosing. So what you're choosing out of your conference, it's got to be you got to be aligned with your dream. Why are you doing this? Bit like weight loss. Why are you doing the weight loss? What's the end benefit? It's got to be fun what you choose. It's got to be fun what you choose, and then I think it's got to be bite-sized chunks. So if you turn around, so like with weight loss, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to lose 30 kilos or 50 kilos," it's probably a dream that's not really substantiated. But if you turn around, hey Sean, if you turn around and say, "Look, I just want to get to this point," so for instance, in sales in real estate with us, and we would say, "Okay, look, we want to do this much more incrementally." I think not biting off after coming out of this conference, what I learned there is not biting off more than you can chew.
Yeah, good point. And I just want to emphasize on what you said by fun, because a lot of people may be like, whatever, it doesn't always have to be fun, but it really does. And I think a practical analogy of that is you're at the conference, there's a speaker that you're really connected with, but let's just say their tool or their technique was door knocking, and you hate door knocking, but you get back and you're like, I'm going to door knock because I liked him and that's what he did, but I hate door knocking. I'm just going to push through it. Don't do that. Do something you like. For example, like the diet analogy, if you hate meat, then you don't do an all meat diet just because the person you're watching says that's how they did it. There are many ways to get to the same end goal, either in weight loss or in sales success. So try it, maybe do one at a time, pick a few things. And especially if you're really fresh, you may not know you don't like door knocking yet. So go knock on a few doors. You may prefer the networking in a cafe, a bit more of a cold face-to-face rather than on their home door. You may rather a lot more calling. So I think it's you've got to do your list of ideas and sort of just go one by one, but focus on one. But if you already know if you already know you hate door knocking, then just put that concept in the bin going, works for him, that's great, but that's not for me. I need to do something I enjoy. Elise, good morning. Anmel, good analogies. Thank you, Sean. I do try with my analogies.
And Berger, I almost didn't survive this conference. We were talking about it this morning.
Yes,
it was very thing. So for any husband or wife that's out there, there's a thing called CPH. It's called complaints per hour, it can kill the best husband or wife out there. CPH, be like miles per hour if you're in a car. Complaints per hour. I was exposed to almost 150 CPH complaints per hour. Lisa was complaining from nervousness. She was complaining from a sore ear, and you were exposed to very heavy radiation of CPH complaints per hour as well.
I think I got out just in the nick of time, so I don't think there'll be any long-lasting damage. But unfortunately, we can't say the same for you, and it would be very disappointing. It'd be sad to see you go, but we'll have 467 episodes of Morning Minutes to reflect on. It's quite a deadly attack. But back to turning a comp.
If you're putting out an array of CPH radiation to your husband or to your wife, see if you can decrease a little bit. Mine's. Yeah. I've got no CPH radiation anymore. Mine's back to normal levels. I won't say there's none, but it's just back to normal levels. Thank God. Anyway, so that was another byproduct of the conference.
Yes. So then
we learned there. What else? What's the one easiest thing that you're going to take away that you're going to do from this conference, Michael Bergio? What was your nugget?
I'll probably do the letterbox drops, especially when you hear how many Josh does repetitively into his core area. I really, especially the Brook Valley Industrial Market, he wants to do 1 million this year or more, 40 listings, and he has 5,000 per listing. So it's insane. What's that? 200,000 for the month. So big numbers, letterbox drops. So I think I'll just run through. I've got a pretty decent it's more doubling down on that one. Like I do the billboards, the Bing letterbox, the social media, the video content. So it's probably a bit of more of a fine tune and see where I could double down more on, but really sort of hone into a particular area rather. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do. Love to hear anyone else's views, what they got from the conference as well. So, what do you think?
You know what I found? A bit of an unusual one. I find building friendships at conferences as very powerful, and through COVID and not building friendships because people are working from home. I think it's been really, really rewarding and something that I've taken for granted. So to be, after the conference and before the conference, breakfast, lunch and dinners in the exhibition centre, talking to a lot of people, meeting a lot of people. I think that's really, really powerful because everyone's got something to teach. And out of that, thanks, Emma. Out of that, remember complaints per hour, Emma. It's least. I think that to be honest, this particular conference, which was the real estate conference, biggest one of the year, 2 years ago, there was a lot of people bitching with the content that weren't happy. This year, people were like, this is sick. We loved it. It was awesome. I think it was a combination of a better conference as well as we haven't done this and we missed this and we were a bit spoiled.
I was just about to say that maybe
able to do stuff.
I was about to say that maybe the standards are really low after being locked up for 12 months. They could have really had nothing, just everyone in a room and a child speak, and everyone's like, "This is the greatest." Yeah. But
now I do reckon that those Zoom, if you want to see 3,000 people in a room and Zoom in somebody, I think it's pretty shit.
Yeah. You know what though, and I don't think anyone's too old or experienced to go to here. Like when we were chatting with Chris Henry, and Chris has been in the game, we've had him on the show. Maitland, phenomenal. River Realty, phenomenal person and agent. And I sort of said to him, like, why did you come? Like, you've been in the game, you're always here. And he just said, just for that one nugget. I came for the weekend, the 2 days, for that one nugget. There's always, whenever you go to an event or anything on, there's always just that one thing that can change your business, the one thing that you hear and the penny drops on something. And I think that's a really, really good way to go into any type of learning scenario. Is I just want that one thing that I can go back to the office and implement or into life. Because I think a lot of people, they do really detailed notes. They basically dictate the whole bloody thing. And then they get back to the office and they're like, oh no, where do I start? Like, it's too much. And they're like, oh, I'll read everyone's word tomorrow. And then you're busy. Then the next day. And before you know it, 30 days has passed from the conference. You haven't implemented nothing. And all you've got from it is you're up a couple of kilos because you ate bad food. And that's it. So I think it was very powerful what he said, and going in with that mindset. Like, if you go in with the mindset, I'm going to change my business, I'm going to get 100 things, and you just do one, you're like, oh, was that worth it? But if you're going in with that precise, just, I'm going to get that one nugget and do it. Simple. I know that's very powerful.
Lee Woodward, I reckon, technically the best real estate trainer in the country. Personal friend, good man. He said something yesterday, and mate, when he talks, it is always educational and thoroughly entertaining. The lady was phenomenal, says Annabelle. She really, really was inspirational. But back to Lee. Lee said, he goes, it's like a gym membership. Everyone wants the gym membership. Can you go to the gym for me, please? Membership. We've got to do it. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, everyone's like, expect to sit and expose yourself to all these talks and stuff. But you've actually got to like with weight loss, like with the gym, like with anything, you have to do it yourself. So you got to love it. Back to what I said at the beginning, you got to love it, mate.
It's true. Alrighty. So Sean, marriage is about finding that one person special to annoy you the rest of your life. Heard the Olympic lady was really good. Yeah, forget her name.
Complaints per hour, guys. I started at CPH.
Perfect. Anything else you want to add on to that, Mark? But I think that sort of gets through that.
Like Nike says, just do it. You just got to fucking do it. Just do it. Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully, Mark will still be alive from Lisa's comments. If not, Lisa will be on the show with me. But we'll see.
It's not comments per hour. It's complaints per hour.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everyone. Back tomorrow. See ya. Bye.
Stay beautiful, people. Thanks, Greg.